Let's look at what's happening in the neighborhood. China has its eyes on Nepal. We've known that for a while, and Kathmandu somehow does not see it. So we have decided to list it out for Nepal and explain it in the simplest possible terms. There were three very interesting events this week. China was a part of all of them, and none of them seem to add up. Let's begin with event number one. On the 24th of May, Nepal opened a consulate in the Chinese city of Chengdu. Where is Chengdu? It is the capital of Sichuan. It is located in China's southwestern region. The consulate in Chengdu is Nepal's fifth diplomatic mission in China. Kathmandu has an embassy in Beijing, a consulate in Lhasa, which is in the Tibet Autonomous Region. There's another consulate in Guangzhou, which is the capital city of China's economic hub, Guangdong. Nepal also has a consulate in Hong Kong, and now there's a fifth one in Chengdu. This is a city where India was supposed to open its consulate. India currently has consulates in Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou. In 2015, India and China reached an agreement to open a Chinese consulate in Chennai and an Indian one in Chengdu. None of these have seen the light of day. But here's what did. The Nepalese diplomatic mission. What will it do? What is the role of a consulate? To issue passports, visas, paperwork, public diplomacy. Now, Nepal is a country of 26 million people, and only a handful of these work in China. So did Nepal really need another diplomatic mission in China? No, it did not. So who needs it? China does. What for? To advance its Belt and Road dreams via Nepal, and also to make a point to India. China says this mission will facilitate the promotion of trade, investment, and people-to-people exchange between the two countries. 2 days later, the Chinese Communist Party was meeting and greeting Nepalese politicians across party lines. That's event number two that we're talking about. Nepalese leaders met their counterparts from CCP on a Zoom call, Communist Party of China. What for? What was this meeting for? Apparently to help Nepal fight the virus from China. But shouldn't a pandemic relief meeting be at a governmental level? Yes, it should be. But there's currently a leadership vacuum in Nepal. There's a minority government, and the ruling party led by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is foundering. Oli has lost a vote of confidence. The Nepalese parliament has been dissolved for the second time in 6 months. Elections are slated for this winter. So now China is courting all parties because you never know who comes to power next. Apparently, blind to China's designs, the leaders of Nepal are singing praises of Beijing. I have some very interesting quotes from them. Here's what former Prime Minister Prachanda had to say about China, and I'm quoting, "The deep-rooted historical friendly relation goes back to thousands of years. They're connected by mountains, rivers, and culture and history. I commend the Communist Party of China under the leadership of Xi Jinping for effectively controlling the coronavirus pandemic and achieving economic recovery in the year 2020. Then we have Upendra Yadav, the leader of the Janata Samajwadi Party in Nepal. Let me quote from what he said. "China is Nepal's close friend, trustworthy and reliable development partner." I also want to read out what the leader of Nepali Congress, Narayan Khadka, said. Quoting again, "Our party is committed to one China policy and is also committed to the concept Nepal would never allow any territory to be used against China." If anything is being used here, it is the Nepalese. It all began last June with Nepal's new map making. Nepal staked its claim over Indian territories, you could say disputed territories, of Lipu Lake, Kalapani, and Limpiadura. This was at a time when China had engaged India in a standoff in Ladakh. China stirred up nationalistic sentiments in Nepal, pushed Kathmandu to burn bridges with India. Both Oli and Prachand wanted credit for what happened. Soon there was a split in the party. China sent its envoy to mediate between the two factions. And look where we are today. 1 year on, the Prachand faction has withdrawn from the government of Nepal. There's a leadership crisis in the country. And this comes at a time when Nepal is battling a deadly surge in Wuhan virus cases. Hospitals are running out of beds and oxygen, and the exporter of this virus is exploiting the crisis. Here's what else happened on the 26th of May. Xi Jinping called up Nepalese President Bidya Devi Bhandari. The phone call lasted 45 minutes, we are told, during the course of which Xi Jinping promised 1 million vaccine doses for Nepal. Nepal is celebrating China's outreach, completely blind to the fact that it was the dragon that created this crisis in the first place and is now abusing Nepal's misery. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.